We're back on the Peugeot Boxer Towbar. Let's fit the electrics. Let's have a look, see what we got. So we've fed all the electric cables up through here. Yeah, they all are. Got this little box thing here that gets plugged into that. No idea what that is. Here's the socket. Wire that up in a minute. And here's the book of words. Depending on what country you are, but on here, the kit we have is this one. And we look under, it's quite hard to understand. The yellow cable is a left indicator. The blue cable is a fog light. The white cable is a ground. The green is the right indicator. The brown is the right light. The red is the stop light. And the black is the left light. And here's all the cables, and we have to look through it all. So you've got two cables there, the brown and the green. We've got another one here, which has got the red and black and yellow, and then we got some here. So that's what we're going to do. We remove this back piece here, and that'll give us access to our lights. So what I did was taken everything up to the right hand light, and I've connected it there. So what I did was I got a test light, put the indicators on, put the brakes on, put everything, you know, and I connected it there. Then we got a pink wire which came from this box thing down here, not too sure what it is. That box thing that came with it. That pink wire goes up to the reversing sensors, and it gets spliced in to the earth. That hangs up there on the original truck. So I've done that, but what I did was, what I've got is a cable. Obviously this is all meant to be over that side, but because everything on my van was on my right hand side, I've wired it up to the right, and they give you a cable which goes to the right, which is this one, and it's not quite long enough, so I've wired mine up the right to the left and the left to the right. So it just means what would be the right will be the left. So as you can see on my diagram, I've done it there where they've said left, I've changed it to right. It won't really matter as long as we've got power. So now that's what I'm doing here. It's going to wire them up to the correspondence ones of these. Let's just get it done. When you come to wire this up, you won't be able to get it in there. So what you can do, little button at the top, you can push and it comes out. And it comes out that way. It'll be a lot easier to wire it up and then click it straight into there. Make sure you remember that's the top. So that one there, which is number 1, which says 1, that corresponds to on here, see plug 1, which it says is left. See that? Left. That's going to be my right. And then where it says right, which would be plug 4, that'll be my left. Shouldn't mess anything up, long as it's just sending the signal to the trailer. But we'll have a look, see what happens when I connect the trailer up. Oh, there we go. So I've wired it all up and clicked it back in. So what we've got there is brown wire should be the black, which is the right, but I've changed it to the left. Doesn't matter, it's only lights and stuff. I've pulled that through. I'm just going to put a bit of tape around here just to waterproof it up a little bit better, and then I'm going to screw that to there. Let's get it done. So there we go, that's all fitted. Got the screws in there. What you got is 2 there, 1 underneath. What I've done is I put a bit of tape around the sides there, look, to waterproof it. But what you must remember, underneath it's got a little drip. It's got a drip hole underneath, so don't stick a bit of tape around there and cover the drip hole, because any water ingress gets in through there or wherever, it needs to drip out of the drip hole. So the only thing I've got to do now, I've got two things to do. I've got to connect the left, these are the right wires, I've got to connect those to the left. I could run them underneath the floor here. I was looking underneath to run them underneath the bumper and up there and in, but I want to keep them as much waterproof as I can. So I think I might add to it and run it up and round and down. I'll see. These were the right wires. Now I'm going to connect them to the left, and then I've got to connect the main feed here to whatever that box thing was down there that we had to fit. No idea what that was. This, I don't know what this is. This thing, don't know what that is. Something to do with the reverse sensors, knocks it out and stuff, but we'll see. It might be if you have to have the caravan, if you've got a caravan, it might be powered to the caravan or something like that. Some stuff does have that. If you've got a caravan, it will run off your electrics. So we'll have a look. So what I managed to do was, instead of running that cable all the way around, because the wiring loom goes round, comes down here and goes down there. I knew there was a reason why I ran it to the right hand side, because it comes from there. And what I did was, with the lights, I chased it in. If you come around here, I found the main wiring loom, chased it in, and I've connected it there. So that's it, all done. One thing I've got to do here is this power. It has power. You're meant to take this to the battery. This goes to the battery, and then it's got a little fuse. I'm not too sure what that thing is, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily run it. I've got a battery that I run the power source off of the van. I'm going to temporarily run it to there, because if it's a load of crap and it doesn't work, we'll just disconnect it. I've never had one of these on my other vans, so I don't know if it's for a caravan or what, but I'll just wire that into a battery up there, and then when I'm down the yard I'll connect a trailer to it and we'll see what it's all about.